Hello and welcome to another edition of Luminar Coffee Break. I'm your host, Vanelli. Now, our topic today is how to restore lost colors. All right, let's jump right in. So here's the before and after image. So here's the original image. Here's the original image. And then here's the image we're going to restore the color with. Now, let's start from the very beginning. So I'm going to come down and go right back to the original. And I'll go right to the catalog. So this is what I started with. All right. And now what I want to do first is apply a template to it just to get the global effect going. So I'm going to come over here, and I loved Easy Landscape Collection. Clean light, look at that. It did a great job at already restoring some of the color. So here's before and after. Now let's get into the edit. Now, the first thing you would think of is come down to the color and mess with the color from here. But what I want to do is I'm looking overall at the image, and I really like what it's looking like. But what I want to do is now think local. So instead of global, which we just did, let's do a local change. So I'm going to use the local masking, and I'll click on basic. Now from basic, I want to add some saturation and lots of vibrancy to the image. Now it looks great on the flag. It looks horrible everywhere else. So what we're going to do is mask out just the flag. So I'm going to paint at 100% opacity just on the flag itself. So when I paint, we'll notice the mask will appear. And I'm just going to come around. Here we go. And there it is. So now I can look at this and think, okay, well, what else do I want to do with this? Well, let's up the structure a bit on the flag to bring it out a little bit more. So we have that set. So here's before and after. Here it is before, and now here's after. Look how much color we brought back. Now, to finish this off, let's come up here to the Composition AI tool. Now, because the horizon line, look at that, it's way off. If I try to apply it, it's really not going to do anything to it. So we'll do it by eye. Right about there is good. All right. Now to also increase color, contrast has a lot to do with it. So let's bump up the smart contrast. Ooh, look at that. And while we're at it, we might as well replace the sky. And let's see how that looks. So when the sky comes in, ooh, look at that. You see how that little extra touch brings the color out. So the sky itself brought color back, into the barn, gave us a perceived look that it did. So I like this, and while I'm at it, I don't know why I'm really getting into these birds. I'm really liking the augmented sky. I really like adding birds to the image. It's just one of those little extra layers that sells the image a little bit more. A bit. Click place to leave it. And there we have it. Now, I could take it a step further and come to the Pro Tools. And under Pros, Super Contrast. Now the Super Contrast has a lot to do with increasing the perceived color, especially down here in the shadows. Watch this. Look at that. And then of course we'll balance it out with the midtones. And there we have it. All right, let's go before and after. So here's the original. And within less than, what, 3 minutes, this is what we came up with. Now, so most importantly, when you think about the colors, yes, we have a color tool, so that's global. The color tool will affect the entire image, and that's great. But if we wanted to pinpoint it like I did here and use just the flag, that's when we come over and we use, let me pull it up here, the local masking. That's where local masking comes in. All right? So let's answer some questions here. Hello, Julie. Good to see you. Big Mac, glad to see you from Japan. Let's see. Russell, hello from Orlando. Now, Pat says request. Let me see if I can pull this up on screen. One moment. Here we go. All right, so Pat's request, and I just lost it. So Pat asked, here we go. Hello, Kevin. All right, hey, Pat, if you could do me a favor and ask that question one more time. And I'll pull up Ecamm Live. Here we go. So Pat says, let me pull up on the screen. There it is. I would love a coffee break or a longer webinar on various ways and Luminar to achieve more stylized or artistic looks. Awesome. And great to see you from Alabama. All right, so that would be a good one. Keep in mind, the whole purpose of the coffee breaks are to try to give you quick 5 to 10 minute quick tips that you guys can quickly enhance your images on. And Pat, you're right. We can do a longer webinar on ways to use more of the stylizing effect. So for the people that are very comfortable with Luminar, that'll be a great lesson. All right, Christopher says, let me pull this up here. All right, Chris is selling performance on Windows. Keep in mind, Christian, if depending on your operating system, and of course the power of your system will dictate the performance you're going to get with AI. Right now, I'm running this on a Surface Pro or a Surface Studio. It has 32 gigs of RAM, but the graphics card is not the greatest. So from here, it's running very smooth. But what you can try, Chris, is right-click in Windows, right-click on Luminar. And, all right, so on the desktop, Chris, what you could do is if you right-click on your Luminar icon, then right-click on Luminar AI, run as an admin. So that's where you're going to start from there. Then right-click anywhere on your screen, and I believe it's under Display Settings and Advanced Display Settings or Graphics. I think it's under Graphics. It is. So here it is under Graphics, and now you look under here for Luminar AI and make sure you set it to high performance. So here's the options. Let Windows decide power saving or set it to high performance. I set mine to high performance and I haven't had a problem with it. I hope that helps. Good. Hello, Brian from England. Let me pull up my screen again. Great. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank you so much again for joining us. I'll see you at the next coffee break.